going to create an assignment in Google Classroom. Within your Google Class, click on the Classwork tab so that we can create assignments. By clicking on the Create button, you will see that you have several different choices for assignments, including reusing a previous post if you wanted to. Let's look at what topics are, though. Topics are organization points for within the Classwork tab. If you don't use topics, you're going to have a crazy number of assignments all stacked up, and it could get confusing for your students. So topics could be something like Unit 1, Unit 2, first 9 weeks, second 9 weeks. If you're a self-contained elementary, you could say ELA is a topic, math is a topic, science is a topic, and so on. But you want to be able to give some kind of organization to your assignments. So let's just say we're going to go Unit 1, Wacky Weather, and we're going to add that in. I can add in more topics now, or I can wait till later. I don't have to do them all at once, and I can edit them as well. Let's go ahead and put in a Unit 2 space and add that one. Once I have my topics, I can also drag them and reorder them however I want to do. Alright, let's go back up now and create our first assignment. So we're going to give it a title. Let's call this one Tornadoes. And we're going to give it some instructions. I could say read the website. Then I could say watch the video, and then complete the attached sheet. Alright. So give them some instructions, I better give them the supporting information. So I'm going to go to Add, and in this point I'm going to add a website as my first thing, so I'm going to click on Link. I had previously copied a link, so I'm just going to paste that in and add my link. So there's my website I want them to read. Now I said they need to watch a video, so let's go into YouTube. If you already know the address of that YouTube video, you can click here and just paste it. But in this case, I'm going to search for a video on tornadoes. And we'll just grab whatever comes up. Let's see, there's one. And then I'm going to ask them to complete the attached sheet. So I'm going to add in from my drive a worksheet that I had created for them. So let's just double click that and add it in. Okay, I've got all of my information, my title, my instructions. Let's come over here. This is the class that I'm assigning it to. If I wanted to assign it to multiple classes, remember I can do that by checking the box. If I assign it to only one class, I have the ability to assign it to specific students that would show up here once they're rostered in. And I'm going to assign it a point value of 100. Now, assignments need to have due dates. If they don't have a due date, a student looks at it and says, you know, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. Let's always give our assignment a due date. We're going to say this one's due on Monday. You can even pare it down to the actual time, but I'm not going to do that. And then you can give it an assignment under a topic. So in this case, this is a Wacky Weather Unit 1 topic. So we're going to click that. If from this point I didn't have the topic I needed, I could from here create another new topic. So you have that ability from here as well. If I have a rubric already created for the project, I can attach it here, or I can create a rubric if that's something that I want to do. And if it was a writing project, I could check this box and have it check for plagiarism for me. So at this point, my assignment looks good. I have the ability to assign it immediately, to schedule it for later, or to save it as a draft, or if I think the whole thing isn't worth doing, I can discard it. So I'm going to go ahead and assign it. It takes just a minute because of all the stuff that's loaded into it, and now I have it right here as my assignment. That simple. Let's look at creating, I'm going to skip the quiz assignment and do that in a separate video. Let's look at creating a question. So under question, you can just post, what is your scariest tornado story? Okay, I can give it some instructions. I can have it be short answer, or I can have it be multiple choice. That's up to me. This is obviously a short answer. And if I needed to add in some supporting information, I could. If I wanted to create a document for them to all write their answers on, I can do that here. That's up to me. but I'm going to just let them answer it in a little line underneath my question. Now look over here. Again, who am I assigning it to? What is the point value? Maybe in this case it's really not a point value issue, so I could choose ungraded. I can give it a due date. Again, if you don't give it a due date, they may not see it as something that needs to be done right away or ever. So I always encourage due dates. And I can give it a topic. This is still under our Unit 1. This checkbox that says students can reply to each other is important. If I just want the student to respond to my question in kind of a stream format, then I'm going to uncheck that box. If I want the other students to not only see, but to reply to each other, then I could leave this checked. Now remember earlier in settings, we said for this class that students could not post or comment at this point. What was in that gear setting is separate from this. This would override for just this question. So I need to be aware of that and choose whether or not I want that to happen. And then I can choose whether or not students can edit their answer. So when I've got everything like I want it, I'm going to ask the question, or again I could schedule it for later, save the draft, or discard. So we're going to ask the question. Now you see 2 assignments. You see that I did not give this one a due date, and I did give this one a due date. So that's a little bit different. Back under our Create tab, we have a Material option. If I click on that, it's just a place where I can give it a title, a bit of a description, and add in maybe some supporting materials for a project. Simple and easy. Assign it to a topic, post it when I'm ready. I can also reuse a post. Once I've built out my classes and I have several posts, then this button comes in handy if I need to revisit a topic. Maybe initially at the start of the year I issued a question to them or an assignment, and it's halfway through the year, I want to revisit and see how much we've grown. I could go back and find that post, click reuse the post. It will reuse it, removing all of the student answers, and let it be a fresh response from them. So that's what this is for. And that's basically creating your assignments within the Classwork tab. Again, there'll be a separate video for the quiz assignments.